You know how there appears to be an endless list of these currencies and platforms for you to spend your money on, despite the fact that we have covered a ton of various topics. Each of them essentially does something somewhat different, but they all claim to be the newest, craziest solution to the scalability issue. However, the Polkadot, however, presents itself as something really novel. They intend to be the first layer 0 solution. In a moment, we'll discuss what it implies. Hello everyone, welcome to Finance Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about what is Polkadot Crypto 2022. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. As usual, we'll go into the tokenomics of the DOT currency and what it implies for the future pricing of cryptocurrencies once we've explained what Polkadot is and how it intends to address the major issue of blockchains communicating with one another. The emphasis that is often placed on names may seem a bit strange. In fact, the moniker Polkadot blockchain might greatly aid newcomers in understanding what the technology is truly about. You probably have a good idea of where this is headed. A nice place to start when trying to imagine this creation is the fabric design, which has a white backdrop and random dots on it. That's because cryptocurrency is currently not very user-friendly. There are several of these rival initiatives working independently on related blockchains to achieve similar things. In essence, each of these blockchains may be thought of as a single dot, but that's only the beginning. Imagine you had this enormous field of polka dots. But could you really draw lines in between all the dots and start connecting them? This is why polka dots are significant, because they allow us to link all these chains with one another. Each dot would stand for a distinct blockchain, and connecting them all with lines would link all of these various projects. You may be asking what issue this truly resolves at this point. Well, a lack of what they refer to as interoperability is one of the main issues we consistently find in the crypto world. The issue with early personal computers before the internet is similar to this. Blockchains are floating about like stars in outer space with no meaningful method for them to communicate with one another. In our illustration, Polkadot is essentially a method for making the creation and connection of blockchains simple. In our example, computers were excellent, but people truly embraced them when they could transmit and receive data between two distinct computers. Polkadot is making a wager that blockchains will experience the same outcome. Even while Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and all the other major chains may be excellent on their own, they must have simple interoperability. We now enter the Polkadot blockchain, which performs what is known as a layer 0 function. Imagine it as a neighborhood. With all of our blockchains, we have our own tiny crypto community. Individual blockchains are similar to individual homes, but how are these homes linked so they all have access to roads, water, and electricity? DOT aims to go much further beyond overlaying various blockchains and just providing a simple means of tying them all together. The goal of this Layer 0 foundation is to simplify the creation and use of blockchains. So, we now have a general idea of how it operates. How exactly does Polkadot operate? At its core, Polkadot is a proof-of-stake blockchain that connects other blockchains. They are all interconnected, but how did it happen? How do they continue to communicate? What does connecting to such blockchains truly do for them? The relay chain and the several other parachains that are present on the network will be discussed in order to address each of these problems. I see it this way. The Polkadot network truly functions in a hub-and-spoke manner. For those who are unfamiliar with this concept, it simply indicates that the Polkadot has a single core with a variety of branches sprouting out from it. The relay chain serves as the hub or core. The foundation of the network is where all of the many parachains converge to reach agreement. As we've already mentioned, Polkadot is a proof-of-stake blockchain that requires validating nodes, or essentially, anyone who wants to join the network to stake at least 10,000 DOT coins. DOT coins are essentially the Polkadot network's native token and function somewhat similarly to Ether on Ethereum. This makes sure that individuals who are verifying the blockchain have an economic stake in it and won't try to undermine it or cheat. As a result, the relay chain is where all of these validators join together to reach agreement. But how can these things keep their own distinct rules and use cases if the purpose of Polkadot is to link many blockchains and decentralized apps or dApps? If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Well, parachains come into play here. The spokes in the earlier mentioned hub and spoke model are called parachains. Regardless of the use case for each individual blockchain, the pair of chains separate off and carry out their own activities before returning to the relay chain to synchronize everything. The inventor of Polkadot, Gavin Wood, compares this procedure to an office. In an office, each person will have a specialized task that they do alone. However, every so often, they will get together to coordinate their work via meetings or phone calls. To ensure that everything is safe and coordinated, the parachains are simply timed to sometimes cross paths with the relay chain. Instead of having to protect your own network, acquire money, and sort out a million other things, Polkadot is really quite appealing because of the shared security. The Polkadot makes it simple to rapidly and simply build up parachains, which shortens the feedback loop time. You can see that Polkadot is designed to be very receptive to new concepts and experiments, which makes it extremely resilient and in some respects anti-fragile. The Treasury and its test network are the two key resources that enable Polkadot to modify and adapt swiftly and completely. Gavin Wood claims that Kusama now loves chaos and has live fast, die young mentality. Blockchain projects often aim to emphasize how dependable and secure they are to dispel the stereotype of crypto projects. Not because Polkadots are unreliable or unsafe, but rather that they acknowledge when experimentation and adaptation are appropriate. In essence, Kusama is a practice network. In fact, several blockchain networks provide similar features that let users test new ideas before they are implemented on the live network. The fact that the Polkadot test network, Kusama, has actual stakes makes it fascinating. Even if the money and risks are significantly lower than in the real Polkadot network, it provides a compelling reason for individuals to refrain from playing around and instead perform real-world ready but potentially dangerous tasks. Due to its ability to display what is working and what isn't, Kusama is more than simply a junior varsity version of the varsity platform with Polkadots. In the end, it really has a big impact on how the actual Polkadot network grows. Kusama is really simply a Polkadot test net. I may get in trouble with the engineers for stating that, however. Now let's talk about the Treasury. An official Treasury is helpful because you can be sure that when you use the blockchain to conduct transactions, the fees from those transactions are benefiting the network as a whole. This is especially true now that we have actually discussed treasuries and many other blockchain projects like Cardano. The money may be used for a number of uses, such as software development, security, and community engagement and marketing. In essence, people who wish to make changes may do so by submitting a deposit using Treasury Cash. If the Treasury approves the modifications, the deposit is returned. They want to show that they are a place for experimentation, new ideas, interoperability, and growth. It seems to me that this new concept in the realm of cryptocurrency might wind up being the one that unites everything and genuinely builds a vast, linked crypto ecosystem. That may seem absurd, but that's the only way I can think of to explain it. Personally, I'm quite interested in seeing how everything turns out. We've reached the end of another video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye!